Welcome everyone to the YOUniverse podcast. I'm Shanley, your host here. This is the pilot episode, Hard Truths. I'm very thrilled and a little bit nervous to be here with you today because this podcast has, if I'm being honest, been a very long time coming. I want to share the story behind it, really set the stage for what you can expect moving forward so that we can embrace this journey from start to finish. Like I said, this has been a wild ride. I've been thinking about doing this podcast since, 2017. That's 7 years of planning, doubting, reimaging what this space could be. And really through all of that, one thing has remained a constant, and that's been my anxieties. I've had a lot of anxiety about opening up my personal life to complete strangers online. The keyboard warriors come with the territory. And truly just the fear of judgment, especially from myself, has always been a little more paralyzing than what others might think about me, if I'm being honest. It's a little ironic, isn't it, that we worry so much about this external judgment, but really the harshest critic is usually the one looking back in the mirror. These anxieties, they have shaped my decisions or lack thereof. Caring what people think is something that we all struggle with to some degree, I would say. And if you're saying otherwise, you're a liar. But for me, this has been a significant hurdle. And I've just realized something over these years, that the fear of my own potential and the commitment that it will demand is the most daunting thing about the whole process. The what if of achieving something great and the responsibility that is inevitably going to come with that territory is the crippling element of all of it. But truly at the end of the day, not knowing and never taking the leap feels even worse, robbing yourself of your potential and ensuring that you will never have it come into fruition. So the idea of this podcast has just been this persistent whisper in my mind, reminding me of what I need to do and watering the anxiety of failure. This isn't about just ending the cycle of self-sabotage. It's about evolution. The daily barriers that we all face, but we navigate differently. And truly my hope is that by sharing my process and my walks of life and the honesty behind that, you'll be reminded that you're not alone and that your experience and all of life has to offer is one and the same, and we're doing our personal best to figure it out, and we're going day by day. So let's start by taking you through the timeline of the concept of this podcast and how it's truly just changed and morphed into what it is today. In the beginning, the concept was very different. It was a simple logo, much like this one, but it was more niched. Over the years, as I've grown and changed, so has the idea. And the original version focused on authors and their books and the insights that they offered within them and sharing them with others that maybe don't have a physical example to live by or to teach them. I thought it was a great idea, but it didn't feel like it was it, It didn't feel like me, it felt like them. So the same journey applied to the logo. It started off complementing my personal training business, You Movement, doing things for you and only you. And then it transitioned into To Be Continued, which was that author-oriented concept here. But the logo, blue, yellow, tan, black, pastel vibes, printed really well on paper, but not on a t-shirt, which is a whole element of marketing that we didn't want to miss here. So I wanted to have something that represented the essence of what I really wanted to share. Obviously, growth and personal development, but more deeply rooted and focused on, and I would arguably say maybe universally relatable, was humanistic elements and working through them. What are we going through on a daily basis that we're not talking about? So at the end of the day, what can you expect moving forward? This is a journal-style self-help podcast where we dive into various aspects of the human experience through my very own universe. Each episode will address different themes: fear, potential, judgment, commitment, lessons from those commitments, and the blessings as well. ultimately offering insights and strategies to navigating all of them. And I really want this to be a space where we explore and reflect and grow together. It's not just about my journey, but it's also about creating this community that is intentionally mindful, actively offering support to one another, and more importantly, emanates this understanding so that everybody feels valued for what they have to bring. So to every single person that has been with me from the start, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. To those that are joining, also thank you. Your support means the world, and I want you to remember that this isn't just about my journey, it's ours. So let's embrace the anxieties, let's confront the fears, and discover our true potential together. So until next time, I'm Shanley. This is my universe, and I really hope that it ignites something in your universe as well. So stay curious, stay brave, remain open, and always, always, always move forward. So thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this pilot episode, I really want you to just subscribe. Please leave a review. Your feedback encourages my own growth, and it supports reaching more people. You can also follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Spotify, Apple Podcasts for more updates and behind the scenes content. So I look forward to having you guys tune in. See you next week, every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Ta-ta for now.